TV contract. You've been in TV your whole life. Doesn't that amaze you that aren't even interested?
Well,
they aren't even interested. They'd rather be friends with Root Sports.
Competing in the pros used to be about having a great staff, a coaching staff, a draft and develop staff, personnel people, etc. Now competing on the pro sports level is very much about your television contract and the television money you get.
I'm listening to you.
And they have one of the worst TV contracts, local TV contracts in all of sports. They're making a lot of money on the national level. So they're on an even playing field. And really, Woody, because of the national contracts, you really can't, and because of so many great local TV contracts, there's no such thing as small, mid-market, large market teams anymore. They're all making money hand over fist, except the Rockies have a terrible local TV contract, and it's hard to compete from a payroll standpoint, just a payroll standpoint, not a draft and develop standpoint, with the other teams in their division that all have great local TV contracts. You're right. Dick Monfort needs some people on his staff who can negotiate a good deal. Who are the possibilities?
When you name a media guy and say, hey, you go talk to KOA. You go talk to
You're assuming he'll do the smart thing. We can't assume that Dick Monfort will ever do the smart thing. We've seen too many dumb things. But he needs somebody on his staff who can negotiate a good TV contract. Who are the possible players here, Woody? Right now I see two. I see Root Sports, and I really don't know a whole lot about them. I know they're based in Seattle, but I don't know how much money they're willing to spend. Oh. And Altitude, I believe, is going to be willing to get into the game, but $1 billion contract, a $500 million contract, might be too rich for Altitude's blood because we know how they deal as well. They don't spend a lot of money.
How can San Diego, Houston, and Arizona get those kind of contracts?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
I mean, isn't that a negotiating deal?
Yeah, because those are small and medium market clubs, Arizona and San Diego in particular.
Wouldn't you say that San Diego and Arizona are about as successful as the Rockies?
About as successful?
Yeah.
No, I think they're more successful.
Okay, but they're in the realm of success. They don't go anywhere.
They have more good seasons than the Rockies do.
Well, that
to me, that makes them more successful.
They're about what they are. They're third, fourth, and fifth team. Aren't their city sizes about what Denver is?
Yes. San Diego's a little bigger. Arizona's a little bigger.
Why do they get a $2 billion contract and these idiots get $20 a year? It's basically what they're getting, $20 million a year. Okay.
No, you're right. They need to do a better job negotiating a local TV deal. That will see. Here's the second part of that equation, though. If they were to get more money, do they really know how to spend it? I mean, they still have the same owner.
Well,
and he's messed things up.
But that's all I can do within the framework of that guy's going to run that team. He's going to run that team. Right. Okay, you can't at least come to us and say, well, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. Well, if you've got a TV contract, you can't use that as an excuse anymore. You've got to admit at some point, we're a lousy franchise.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they'll ever admit that.
Well, I have to work with what I got.
Yep.
Because he's not going to sell the team, and everybody writes me. Well, we all know what the solution is: get rid of the team.
Well,
that's not going to happen. We can't get rid of whoever's running the electricity in this state. What's the name of the
Excel?
Excel Energy.
Yes.
We have to put up with what they are. We have to put up with the cable companies. So what you do within the framework is you complain and you hope that XL Energy will put in some more wires or something, and actually, you have to work with them. They're not going to sell, so you got to call and complain, and you got to keep yelling and saying, "Hey, XL, it's a thunderstorm. My air conditioning went out." I'm always amazed, and I should do a comment. I'm always amazed that companies run well when everything's going well. When there are problems, like a thunderstorm or tornado, they go to hell. Wouldn't you spend time saying, let's prepare for problems?